So in your film Door, you have captured two different realities. Could you tell me something more about those two different worlds?
Yes, the Door, based on the short story by H.G. Wells, tries to present two different states, two different worlds, one of innocence, of childhood and of imagination, and one of adulthood. And in the case of Thomas Arlington, played by Charles Dance, a world of money, of rationality, of intellect, of ambition. And he says, I have measured out my life in predictions and made a great deal of money. But now the thing that he wants is the other world that he experienced when he was a child, and which we depict through a garden, a kind of enchanted garden that as a little boy he found through a green door in a brick wall in West London. And the two worlds contrast with each other cinematically, and also in terms of the characters and the dialogue. So the Charles Dance, playing Thomas Arlington, is haunted by a memory that he can't quite recapture. There is a band called Pearl Jam, and there's a line in one of their songs that I've put in the film, which is, if only I knew now what I knew then. And it's a quote from one of their later albums, and it expresses the dichotomy between innocence and experience. I don't really think there is innocence and experience, but it's an idea I'm attracted to. I believe we are constantly pulled between the two worlds. And for Thomas Arlington, played by Charles Dance, the world of imagination and childhood is expressed through a tree, through nature, through a man who is also a swan who expresses poetry, through a gardener who is also a fool, a kind of clown, an eternal clown, and through a kind of mother figure who, as the little boy, as the young Thomas Arlington walks from the gardener towards the large Palladian house, walks past trees, each of which get taller until he gets to the one that is the same height as him, and that is where he is at that moment, and the woman with sad eyes says, "Here you are." But he won't stop, and he looks beyond her at the windows of the big house, through which he can hear sounds of ticking and of whirring and of clocks, and he is tempted to enter this formal Palladian building, this structure of civilization. And he presses his face against the window, and in a liminal moment he finds himself no longer moving through the glass, but by the side of a lake, where he witnesses his own death, or rather the death of his innocence, because he decides, when he sees a small boat on the water, to grasp it, to try and possess it. And as he reaches forward, he falls not into the lake, but through the glass door into the house, which shows him his future. And in the center of the house is the king, the representative of worldly power, who has cut down the tree and is measuring the rings. So in order to possess the tree, in order to measure it, he had to kill it. And the young Thomas Arlington foresees his future, measuring, dividing the tree and killing the tree, and not able to return to the tree.